Hey guys, it's Omero here, and I wanted to make a video about why I run Comet over Electrocute and why I think it's better on Neeko. And I'm just obviously casually flexing my rank here. Let's get right into it. So I'm gonna do this on the fly, but this is the room page that I run right now. It's got Comet, and then it's got a lot of the blue options here, obviously. And then I run Cosmic on the secondary. But the main comparison here is why I don't go like this. I think this is what people run when they go Electrocute. And I think here you can switch it, but I'm pretty sure you need Taste of Blood for sustain because you don't have any other sustain in here. And then for this tree, I mean, there's basically two main problems. Half of the problem is the blue tree right here. All the rows on the blue tree are really good to take, and especially on Neeko, like, you want all three of these on your rune setup. You want mana flow bans so that you don't run out of mana, or else you 100% will have mana problems. And you want Transcendence for the CDR, and you even get the level 11 on champion takedown, reduce remaining cooldown basic abilities by 20%. It's basically like a mini Shojin, or what it used to be Shojin, right? Where it reduced cooldowns, but it's mainly obviously for the 10% CD, 5% CD at level 5. And then you want Gathering Storm, because if you don't take Gathering Storm, you'll get outscaled by literally every single champ in the game. And it's especially noticeable when you go up against control mages like Orianna, Victor, Lucian. I mean, Lucian's like AD control mage, not really mage, but it's like an AD champ that is still like, he still scales well. Anivia, like, I can't think of a whole lot of them, but most of the AP champs, like 90% of them, you'll get completely outscaled. Actually, I'm pretty sure like 95%, like pretty much all of them, you just get outscaled. You get outscaled by Kiana, so many things if you don't run Gathering Storm. But if you run Gathering Storm, it completely counteracts it. Like, you miss about 20, mid to late game, you miss about 20 to 35% of your damage, I'd say, with Gathering Storm. It's a pretty big deal. But like I said, it's mostly noticeable against those champs. What about the second problem, Omero? The second main point is that, and you can run even with, if you want, this is what I used to run last year at the end of the season, but then I evolved and I started to run this. But the other main problem is that usually you go Electrocute when you're playing more towards landing the E, but for mid lane you can't really do that. And I released a video earlier, and I'll link in the description and on a note card up on the screen. But the video was basically saying why you should spam Q over E on Neeko and 90% of the champs in league. And the reason is that you do more damage for less mana if you spam Q over E. And it's basically the best way to lane is by spamming Q as much as possible and holding your E instead of using it, and only using it when it's basically guaranteed. If you basically accept that that's how you should be laning, then it makes much more sense to go Comet, which is why Electrocute works a lot better when you go support, right? You don't have to Q spam on Neeko when you go support. I even go like, you know, when I play support, I'll go something like this, or I think I go maybe the green tree. And I'm not that good at Neeko support. You know, like half the time I just run it the fuck down, and then the other half I do well. But Electrocute is much more usable basically, because You can just play to land the E on Neeko support. You don't need to Q spam for laning. But that's not how it works for mid lane. If you don't Q spam on mid lane, then your laning is like 30% worse. And that's one of the main reasons. And if you combine those two things, the fact that you're gonna be needing to Q spam, then you'll note that obviously Arcane Comet is better, right? You could proc it at least twice, and that balances out the Electrocute damage, right? You proc it 3 times, it does more than Electrocute, like by a lot. And yeah, I mean, Electrocute depends on you landing your E pretty much for it to actually be usable. So you combine those two things and put them together, and then you'll quickly come to the conclusion that, oh shit, I should be Q spamming a lane, and I should be taking this rune setup right here. And also, like I said, to make use of all 3 of these. If you just have 2 of them, you're gonna be sacrificing one of the blue things, right? So you're either gonna have no late game against enemy, like even mid game actually, you're not gonna have any mid to late game, and you're gonna be like doing paper damage against Ori Victor, right? You're gonna be getting way out damaged by the enemy mid if you don't run Gathering Storm. Or you can go Gathering Storm, Mana Flow, but then you don't have any cooldown, which means your uptime is like 20% slower than the enemy mage, right? So your abilities are going to be coming up slower than theirs. They're going to, they're going to rotate through their abilities 3 times, and you're going to rotate through them twice. And you're going to feel that with the absence of Transcendence. And then finally, you can go like this. But like I said, you're just not going to have any mana. You're going to run into a lot of mana problems in lane. And that's it. Those are the basic reasons why I run Comet over Electrocute. So that should cover everything. If you guys have any questions that you think I'm somehow wrong or something, just leave them down. I mean, yeah, the thing is I have a lot of experience with the champ, right? So like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Neeko Mid. But if you have any questions, or if you feel strongly about something else, then just leave it down in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Also, actually go corrupt pot with this, but you don't need to run corrupt pot if you don't want. Like it's better than Doran's ring, but this is still usable with Doran's ring. But corrupt pot is better. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.